Welcome to the weekly analysis of the stock market in collaboration with the Financial Pandora. Today, myself and Anush will talk about the broad market, some important stocks, and a very interesting trade setup. So, without for any further ado, Anush, let's walk our audience and viewers through Nifty and the broad market.
Hey Kronal, thanks a lot for having me. It's always such a pleasure to be on your YouTube channel. I hope all the traders, our viewers, are having a great trading week. In front of you on the screen is the document that we prepare every week in collaboration with the Financial Pandora. Do have a glance through it. It's available on LinkedIn and Twitter. You can follow our handles and also follow the Financial Pandora for these weekly updates. Quickly running everyone through the Nifty chart now. So, like we can see, Nifty after breaking out above 16,000 has made a strong up move. It did have that sideways motion for a couple of days. Those candles that we see were really indecisive, but overall the trend has been bullish. Friday's close was incredibly powerful and strong as the index pushed higher with pretty much effortlessly. So this is the daily chart and a few key levels marked for reference. Even 16,200 is an important level as of now on the downside. So if we slide downward, that is something viewers should watch out for. Below which 16,000 comes in as strong support. To the upside, of course, sky's the limit as of now because we are in a resistance-free zone and there's no telling where the index can go from here. Here is what Nifty looks like on the weekly chart. We can see that it continues to respect that regression channel with the two standard deviation setting. 15,470, which was initially a resistance back in Feb, then acted as support pretty much most of May through July. Uh, Also remains an important level to watch for on the downside if we were to face a severe correction. Looking at Bank Nifty hasn't been as strong as the Nifty. However, what is good is that it's holding levels at about 36,000 or at 36,000 with those sideways indecisive candles. So I think as long as this belt is held, we are not in for any major bearish action in this counter. We're looking at a move above 37,002 if this level is held and the overall the market remains bullish. This is the Bank Nifty to Nifty ratio chart. Like we can see, it is pretty much range bound as of now. And as long as it holds that lower end of the range, we should be fine. However, a breakdown from there could lead to some underperformance by Bank Nifty relative to the Nifty. Um, of course, Bank Nifty has a tendency to surprise and it really acts up when we are least expecting it. So do not be very sure of this in either case, whether it's a breakdown or not. However, this is an important chart to follow to check how Bank Nifty is behaving relative to the Nifty itself. This is a quick look at how the broad market indices have performed year to date. We see that small caps, even despite this recent decimation, remains the leader, followed by mid caps, then followed by the Nifty 500, and finally Nifty and Bank Nifty. And here's what a similar picture looks like from the March 2020 lows. The order still remains the same, with small caps having gained over 202%. Finally, we look at the relative strength chart of the broad market indices. We can see that after a very long time, we've seen such a significant dip in all three of these indices. They've been pretty much in a roaring uptrend, these ratios, after having broken out from large bases in approximately February or March this year. So this is a dip. We do not know whether this dip continues to dip. So far, there does not seem to be much structural damage. We've not seen a lower high as yet, although we have seen a lower low in two cases. We'll be watching these charts carefully to kind of try and determine which part of the market is really going to be leading the run going forward, whether it's going to be the broad market or whether it's going to be the frontline stocks that look more bullish compared to the other. So yes, do stay tuned. This is a ratio which we've been discussing extensively since pretty much last year, even before this breakout happened. So it's a pretty good market indicator and tells us how much confidence is left in this bull run. So yes, do stay tuned. Lastly, talking about our volatility measure, the India VIX. This is how it looks like. It's resting at the -1 standard deviation level. Somewhere below 15, I think, is where uncertainty is like almost non-existent in the markets. However, we must remember that from these low levels, any sort of exogenous shock or news flow can cause a sudden rise in volatility, that is in the VIX, and that is something that traders should definitely be cognizant of. I think Krunal can discuss further.
Thanks for that wrap up, Anush. So just sort of summarizing it, based on what you said, would it be, right to say, especially when we look at the relative strength chart, if you could just, show that up on the screen of Bank Nifty and Nifty. So do you feel, given this, there's a chance that Bank Nifty can play catch up? Because even if we look at Bank Nifty's standalone chart, it's actually looking pretty decent, given that, Nifty is already high, around 80H levels or at 80H levels, and Bank Nifty is still some a little more distance to go. So, do you feel this catch up could happen?
So, yes, addressing that, I think the Bank Nifty chart looks fantastic as long as 36,000 is held. And it wouldn't be surprising to see this index reaching for new highs within the next 2 to 3 sessions itself. Of course, that's impossible to predict, but we have seen Bank Nifty move that way in the past. That is, make those blasting up moves and taking everyone pretty much by surprise. And the way it's coiling up near 36,000, as we can see here, these tight candles, that's exactly what Nifty was doing a while ago. So if you see this formation here in the Nifty, it's pretty much similar to what Bank Nifty is doing now. So I wouldn't really be surprised to see Bank Nifty play catch up and completely negate this scary looking relative strength chart. I wouldn't totally bet against Bank Nifty, that's for sure. At least not as long as 36,000 is held on Bank Nifty spot.
Right. In fact, even the 35,800 level, if we observe, if someone actually looks at the hourly chart and sees the 35,800 level, as I've also talked about in my daily videos, has been quite an important zone that's been, respected for quite a while after being rejected in the past. So yeah, overall, I think Bank Nifty looks pretty decent. Another thing that struck out to me was that if we go to the relative performance of the sectors, or small caps, large caps, and mid caps, then this sort of thing emerges that since the past, I think, 2 weeks or so, we have seen large caps actually doing much better than mid caps and small caps in general. So do you feel that we might see something similar along those lines in this coming week or something?
Well, this dip has been pretty significant for mid caps and small caps, and now they've started to look really attractive. A lot of mid and small cap stocks are at key support levels, or at least were before that Thursday up move. So, I mean, it's really hard to say whether the large cap leadership will continue and if this broad based rally is going to take a pause. But from what I can see, the 2018 peaks are still a while away on these ratio charts. So, if I were to take an educated guess right now, I'd say this was a significant dip in an otherwise uptrend and not really an end of an uptrend until it is proven otherwise. So once we sort of start seeing these lower highs, lower lows, maybe then we can reassess our stance on this being a broad-based rally and turning into a more concentrated rally with only the Nifty pulling the market up. So that's pretty much my view on this chart as of now. Of course, we know small caps have done stupendously. Stocks have done maybe 5 to 6x. A lot of them have, and that does not seem to be ebbing out. A lot of good breakouts are forming. A lot of good supports are being respected. So I wouldn't really bet against this space just yet. I'd rather observe what the charts are telling us, what the structure looks like itself. Because, like I said just now, I'm not seeing lower highs or lower lows, and I'd like to wait to change my stance before I do that. Yeah.
Right. I think as you said, it's more of a retracement at this point. But I believe going forward, one thing might become very important is that earlier, when a certain sort of sector or a certain group of stocks was going up, let's say, mid caps are going up, then several mid caps were just going up. But now I think stock selection might become more important, where you have to be very picky with the stocks you're actually getting into, because earlier it's just like rising tides lift all waters sort of thing, or whatever the saying goes. But now I think, given that we're seeing this little dip in the ratio charts, I think it might be more important to be very sort of careful and cautious with the trades, especially when it's sort of challenging your stop losses and such.
Agreed, Pranal. I think that's on point. The time where you touch anything and it turns to gold has seemed to gone away, although we can't be totally sure yet. So yes,
Hmm.
moving to slightly better quality stocks might not hurt at this point of time. Couldn't disagree with that. Yeah.
Right. So with that, let's move on to some large caps. And starting things off, we start with Reliance first, and Anush will just pull up the chart in a second. Reliance, actually, it's very interesting because many times what happens with Reliance is that when the overall sentiment of the market is a little cautious or it's a little, not too good, we have seen Reliance actually holding on to the levels very well. Now, obviously, as of now, we see Nifty also going up, Reliance also going up, presumably partially because of Reliance, given that it's the highest weighted stock. So right now we can see 2125 has been cleared, but this is the weekly chart. Now, if you actually look at the daily chart, which I haven't picked up here, you will see that 2150 is a very important zone. That is where price has really turned back from several times. So I think if that level is held, if it's cleared, which is something we've also talked about in the document that Anush spoke about earlier, I think that is when we could see some good movements happening with Reliance, potentially a 2200 retest as well. Moving to HDFC Bank, which is the next stock, we can see that it is right at that 1530-ish level. And I think this is also a very important zone for HDFC Bank. RSI is right around 60, which is where it's really sort of come down from earlier. And I believe this would be the highest close if it's able to clear this level since March or so, if I remember correct. So yeah, HDFC Bank is also at a great level right now, but 1530 will really be have to be cleared decisively. Next stock is Infosys. Infi is trading at all-time high levels. It's really done very well. It's been able to clear all the previous hurdles. We saw some sort of a hurdle at the previous week, but it was able to do very well this week. And as you can see, that fib extension that I've made, it's really more valid on the daily chart because that extension was meant for daily chart. But 1744 or so is where I think the next sort of halt could be again. Not meaning to pick tops or anything, but that is what the extension looks like. By the way, if the viewers are curious about how to draw fib extensions, I do have a separate video for that. So I'll try to have it in the I button right now, or it will be there in the description. So yeah, Infosys overall very good. TCS has not been actually doing as good, but several other IT stocks have. So that's very interesting to see. Next stock we're talking about is HDFC. And HDFC also doing fairly well. Previously we've spoken about how 2600, 2620-ish levels have been very important for the stock. But we can see that the past almost 6 or so months of consolidation was cleared by just 1 week of strong positive moves. And now, this past week, we saw yet another positive move, obviously just 1.3% on a weekly basis, but that's still a very strong close. We can see it's the highest close since, I believe, one of the first few months of 2021, which is obviously very good. So as of now, I think 2620 should be a good sort of support for HDFC. And a trend that we actually see emerging with all of these stocks is that they're all looking very decent. So I think that is also one of the things which is really pushing or pulling Nifty up and letting it stay there. Next stock that we are looking at is ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank is yeah. Oh no. ICICI Bank, I think I forgot to send the screenshot. My bad. We'll talk about Kotak Bank. ICICI Bank, I'll tweet it out. Sorry for that, viewers. But yeah, Kotak Bank, what we can see is that if we look at this fib retracement, that 1824 level is really an important one. We've seen it's acted as a resistance for quite a while in the past, and now it is challenging that level. I think my neighbors' dogs also have some strong opinions about Kotak Bank, so they're also trying to voice them. But I'll just move on. So 1824, I think will have to be cleared. If it's able to sustain above 1825-ish for a week or so, I think then it does have a very decent chance of edging towards that ATH level of 2K plus. Next stock that we are looking at. Sorry for that, we faced a technical difficulty, but hey, here's the gift. ICICI Bank is back. And what we can see here is that 700 levels have been sustained. I think overall 679 has been a good sort of level. That was the previous ATH for ICICI Bank, and we've been able to hold that. So ICICI Bank also looks pretty decent. Obviously, it's you know, come up quite a lot. But yeah, this is also one of the stocks that has been helping both Nifty and Bank Nifty, really hold on to these levels. Next stock that we are talking about is, uh, yeah, Kotak Bank. We already spoke about, again 1825 ke upar only. It has good potential, but we've been able to see it. It was a pretty swift recovery of around 140 points this past week. Next stock that we have is SBI. And SBI, we can see 435 levels were a resistance, and the previous week actually was able to do quite well. But then we saw it coming back, and this week it really tested that 420 support, and now it's come back up. So if it's able to hold about 435, I think then it does have good potential. Around 445, 450 is what I would be looking at. And finally, the next stock that we have is Axis Bank. Yeah, Axis Bank, we can see 750 levels have been held, which is a good sign. It's really approaching that 780 resistance, and that is where I think the problems might start for Axis Bank if it does not have momentum, because we've seen that level being a very important resistance in the past. So, with that, Anush, would you like to talk about an interesting trade setup that you found?
Yes, I've been waiting to show our viewers this for so long. Guys, we came across Kajaria Ceramics. This is the daily chart. It's a line chart, and we'd like to show you how well it is coiling up. This is a classic volatility contraction pattern forming, and this is happening right at the 1.618 fib extension at around 120. So 1020, sorry. So we think a breakout about 1025, 1030 can really carry the stock higher. We're looking at a potential 40 to 45% gain in this counter with a good risk reward level. So stop loss is placed somewhere slightly below 1,000, and that's a really really sweet trade opportunity right in front of us. Of course, none of this is actual advice. This is just an educational video, educational content. Neither Krunal nor I are SEBI registered, so please do your due diligence before trading or investing in any securities discussed in this channel and in this video. So yeah, thanks Krunal for having me over again this week, and I think I really want to do this next week too.
Thanks for that, Anush. I hope we can do it next week. We couldn't do it last week because I was under the weather, but yeah, looking forward to next week as well. I hope the viewers found value in this. By the way, last week someone had asked for a video on how Anush draws or stretches regression channels on India VIX. So Anush and I will just launch a short video on that, a separate one today or so. So make sure you're also tuned for that. And if you like this, obviously make sure you like it, comment, and follow us on our social media. That's it for this one. See you in the next, and happy trading. Thanks for that.
See you guys. Happy trading.